Question of the day. What is your favorite genre in gaming? Now, let me back that up. What's your favorite mechanic? Now, what I mean by that is because a lot of times we blur the reality of genre and mechanic. Sometimes we call worker placement games a genre, but really it's more of a mechanic, and the genre of the game is kind of built around that mechanic. Euros, worker placement, engine building, all that sort of thing. Obviously, if you've looked at the top of my bench of favorite games of all time, it's things like Western Legends, Twilight Imperium, Scythe. 3 not light games, not kid games. But today we're talking about a game that is kid friendly because I have a wide bench of gaming. I love all types of gaming. So we're looking at a game called Summer Camp. And actually, as you're watching this video, I'm at a camp in Leakey, Texas. Well, I say as you're watching. As I'm recording this video and as it gets published, I'll be at a camp in Leakey, Texas doing camp. That's what we do as an illusionist. We travel all across the country, across the world, and in the summertime, that usually ends up being at a camp somewhere for different places. So camp is something I'm very familiar with. So when I saw this game Summer Camp as part of the, it's Phil Walker Harding, it's a deck building game, I was like, well, okay, I'm very curious about that. Plus it says that the age group can be kids and up. So Harper, our 8-year-old, loves gaming. So having a game that she can play that she also loves camp sounded interesting to us. So let's take a look at Summer Camp right now. So Summer Camp, we have this game, which you probably have picked up from Target recently, and you're wondering, how is it? Well, let's take a look and see how Summer Camp actually plays. So here is Summer Camp. You have this setup in which you have all these different types of tracks. So essentially you've got adventure, you've got games, you've got, I believe this is arts and crafts, you've got cooking, friendship, outdoors, and water sports. All of these are natural staples at a camp. And again, we do camps all summer, all across the country, and we've done every single one of those this year, basically. In fact, as you're watching this, like I've already mentioned, I'm probably at a camp I know I'm at a camp right now in East Texas, so East Texas camps get a little wild. But you have also some interesting things to do. You've got some point tokens that you're going to stack. You've got your all-star camper and your participation campers. Millennials, you know us. But you've got participation, you've got this, and then you've got the all-star camper. And what these do is when you cross a certain threshold, you're going to get these points, and whoever crosses it first is going to get the most points and all the way down. So it's actually 6, 8, 6, 4, and it'll tell you based on the players what to do right there. So I think I put this on the wrong one. Yep. So 6, 4, 2, and then 8, 6, 4. You also have 3 tracks. Now at the end of these tracks, you're going to place the point tokens for each of these. So for instance, adventure will come with its own set of tokens as well, in which you're going to stack those out there, again, based on the players, just like that. And there'll be 2 others here. So you're going to choose which 3 modules, or not really modules, which 3 decks to use. Now the base cards are basically things like Lights Out, which is no action, and then S'mores, gain 2 energy, which you can buy these, but these are all part of the basic pack. So you'll lay the S'mores out here to be bought, and then over here you're going to lay the 3 different decks, and then 2 cards from each deck to buy. Scavenger hunts, discard 1 to 3 cards and immediately draw that many. Move 1 space on any path. So the goal of the game is to move up these paths. So as you move, and when you land on a space, you're going to get the bonus. Now some of these may cause you to move to another space. So you can actually, let me get it in position. So let's just say I did this. You could then do this. Boom, which causes you to move again. Boom, causes you to move again. Boom, which causes you to move again. Boom. Combo stuff like that. This allows you to draw a card. This gives you an energy bar. Now the energy bars, snack bars, in my case it would be beef jerky, they allow you to gain 2 more energy. So the cost of a card down here is in the bottom left. You're going to start with free times, and you're going to start with Lights Out. But you can purchase these cards as well. Any card that isn't used for an action, so no action, you can use for energy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say I draw a hand of 5 of these, which they're useless for anything except energy. Well, now I have 5 energy to spend. So I could buy 3 and 2, or I could buy 4 and 3 if I spent my snack bar. So you're going to buy those as well. Now these cards from each deck are going to be sat over here, and you'll be able to buy these. Some of them cost 5, some of them cost 8, but they will essentially move you forward and then give you benefits. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be buying these cards, making your hand better as an indie deck builder to move up this track. The game ends when 1 player has reached all 3 spaces. It doesn't have to be first necessarily, but if you're the one who's reached it here, here, and here first, what I mean by that is you don't have to be the first one at each, but if you're last here, first here, then the game will end essentially. So then you'll count points. Points are based on the actual cards themselves. Some of them will give you points. Let's look at these. Down here, the stars, plus anything you've collected out here from these participation trophies, the Camp All-Stars, and then the actual tokens for the different modules. But that is how you play Summer Camp. So that's Summer Camp. First and foremost, and maybe it's because I have so much experience with camp, I love the aesthetic of this game. Absolutely adore it. The fact that I even went through the water sports deck and was like, please tell me they have a blob in here. And surely they have a blob. Just every little thing reminds me of what we do. Now, like I said, every summer since 2008, we have been at a camp somewhere doing a show, whether I'm speaking at the camp or whether I'm doing illusions just for one night or whatever. We are at camps, hundreds of different camps probably. And so seeing a game about this was interesting. So let's talk about the art and the aesthetic. First of all, I love the art in this game. I love the simple camp style art, but I also love the art direction. The fact that you have the cards tell you what to do, the actions listed there, but it really ties in and it makes sense. What you're doing actually kind of makes sense. Now some of them are a little bit more ambiguous, such as like, friendship bracelet equal this. But some of them, like the map, makes sense. You have a map, so you can say, oh no, I want to change what we're going to do based on this map, therefore you can discard cards and put it back. Those little things are pretty cool. There's nothing like a pick-me-up of a s'more at a camp. Just the best. So, I love how the art and art direction apply. I also love the board in this fact. I love that there's a spatial element which really feels like the focus, and it is points-wise, but it's a deck builder game. So anytime, because to me, a pure deck builder can get dry fast. If you can disguise a pure deck builder as something else, I'm interested, I'm hooked. So having the board element with a race of those 3 tracks is really smart to me. It reminds me of Zolkin or something like that, where you've got the tracks that you're moving up and then it's important to be up on those tracks, or Terra Mystica. And so having the track element is really important to me in this game, especially since that it is a deck builder, but you're kind of hiding the deck builderiness with the board. So that's a win for me. So all in all, I love how this game looks. I love how this game plays. This is one of my favorite deck builders of all time, and maybe that's because I have that huge attachment to camps already, but it also might be the fact that it's so simple and does what it does so well. There's not a lot of confusing combos and things like that. And let me caveat this, we played this with our daughter, and so having the ability to play a deck builder that she gets, that she can enjoy, but also ties into something we all can enjoy and experience is such a win. So if this currently, if you're watching this as soon as it's published, is still on sale at Target, if you go get this game, it is so worth picking up. It's such a fun little game. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. This is an 8.5 for me, with the caveat that we play this with our daughter and she loves it as well. So 8.5, Summer Camp is such a great deck builder game. It's simple, it's fun, it's cute. Love it. Summer Camp. Well, that's it. I'll be on the Summer Spectacular next week. I will be at Gen Con. If you want to come say hello, please come to the Gen Con Dice Tower booth and say hello. I would love to meet and interact with you. Until next time, Dice Tower Bryan, we'll see you.